All right. Peace and love, family. What's going on? It is your boy Mario Quinn, and we're here with yet another episode of the Level Up Podcast. This is episode 104 of the Level Up Podcast. Super excited this Monday evening. Sorry, we're starting a little bit late. Had a few technical difficulties, but we're rocking and rolling right now as we speak. So welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. But we have a very, very special guest this evening for this episode. My boy Ether, how you feeling, brother?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good.
Sweet. I see you got a friend with you. So if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Sick.
Sick?
Yeah.
You okay?
On most days, yeah.
Okay. I said my name's Sick. You can't say that during the COVID.
Yeah, I mean, it was my name before COVID. It's crazy,
really?
Right?
That's dope, man. That's dope. Well, awesome, man. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me again. I apologize for the late start and all of that, but we're going to chop it up real quick, just kind of ask you guys a few things about what it is you do in the city. But for those who don't know you, can you just let them know, Ether, what it is you do, who you are, and all that good stuff?
Hi. Well, yeah, I am. I'm an artist. Writer, producer, songwriter, all that.
What it is?
I can. Let's go. What it is I do is like a full experience. Like it's definitely music based, but I like to convey ideas for people to unfold themselves, like mostly.
Right. That's deep. So unpack that. So the way I understand that is that you create music in order to provide the listener with an experience that will help them tap into something that's deeper within themselves.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. So like talk about, I know you, I know your family and stuff like that, but talk about, how you got into it. I mean, I remember the first time I heard you rap, I think it was here, like the first time I actually heard you like rap. And I'm like, oh shit. He's got bars for days. I was like so impressed and just so shocked. Like, talk a little bit about that journey. Like, how did you get into doing music? What inspired you? Things like that.
I was surrounded by music as a kid. Like I didn't go anywhere without it already, I used to have a portable CD player.
Oh snap!
Right, with the little plug-in headphones, and everyone looked at me crazy. And I'm like, how do you listen to music? And I really liked writing and communication, like in school, and I really liked art class, and so I figured I found out at an early age that everything can be art in its own way. So I figured music would be easiest and most fun for me as like a starting point.
Okay. Yeah. That's dope, man. So what do you say, what would you say is something big that, you're working on that you're really excited about, like most excited about?
Yeah, I'm working on like a full-length LP. It's gonna be like my first full-length LP.
Nice.
I'm working with Jaded,
Okay.
I'm working. And I plan on getting a lot of people in the city. I don't want to say too much about it.
Right.
But I really want a lot of people to enjoy it. I also have a single coming out on September 9th called Burn the Calling Card.
Burn the Calling Card?
Yeah. Okay. Jaded also produced that one.
Okay. And what's that single? What can the people expect from that single?
There's no clear line of thinking like through that song. Each line means its own thing, and it's like you can piece it together yourself and make sense,
right?
But that's all I'm saying about it.
Okay, well, I'm excited, man. And you're very interesting. Like it sounds like you have a lot of like you put a lot of deep thought into what you're doing, but at the same time, it's kind of like you're loose with it. You know what I mean? So I really like that angle. I know some artists are like, no, this is about this, and I want to set this vibe, and da 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 da.
Yeah.
But again, going off that comment you made earlier about, I just want people to kind of make it their own and get this experience from it. That's dope, man. So sick. What about you? What is it? Explain what it is that you do here in the city.
Well, I've actually been moving around a lot ever since I was a kid.
Okay.
I'm not from here. I'm from Queens.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. But I just moved here like 2 years ago because I lived here before. I moved back to the New York area. I came back to basically because what cost of living out here compared to New York.
Right. I can only imagine. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's like night and day.
It's ridiculous. You get like a 2-bedroom apartment for like 2.5 racks, and I can get a house for like $700 out here. It's crazy. Wow. But yeah, I came out here mainly to just chill and get stuff together. I was planning on going to culinary school before COVID hit, but then COVID hit, and now school is just you don't really know what's gonna happen. Are you gonna have to go online again? Or your class is gonna get canceled. It's just crazy. So I'm just waiting on going to school, but I'm actually planning on moving to Japan to go to culinary out there. Yeah, but right now, I'm trying to work on actually releasing some music because I've been having a lot of thoughts brewing in my head, and I've been trying to make music like an actual track for a while, but all I got right now is little bits and pieces here and there that need some assembly. You know what I mean?
Right. No, that's real, and I appreciate the honesty too, because it's not easy making music, especially I don't know if you guys feel this, but it took me a while to make music that I actually like. You know what I mean? Because some stuff, my first album, for example, was I recorded in my buddy's living room. I was just trying to get thoughts out and feelings out and just put it out. You know what I mean? But then I go back and listen to this shit. You know what I mean? But some of my new stuff, I'm like, yo, I actually like this song. This is actually a dope song. So I think it's important as artists for us to be okay with the process and be okay with taking our time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because look at Kanye, man. He took his time. They still kind of rushed it a little bit, I heard. But Donda, that shit's fire. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, it was just on some next level. So my next question. So what would you say in thinking about, taking our time, enjoying the process? How would you both describe your creative process?
I feel like to get in touch with our most creative selves, it takes a lot of meditation. It takes a lot of focus and being centered within yourself. Because you need to know what you want to communicate, the sort of unsaid kind of lunar way of being in a way, and you need to bring that forth before you can actually lay anything down.
We'll give you a couple slow snaps for that, man. The brother is deep, y'all. Wow. My brain's all types of synapses is happening right now.
Word.
Cool. What about you?
Usually I just I sit down. I think, what's the vibe for the day? What do I feel like putting into the world today? And I'll just sit down, brainstorm a little bit, come up with a few lyrics, and close the book basically.
I love it, man. I love it. I think we all have different creative processes, but I think whatever works for you, if it works, it works. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm an in-studio writer. Ivan doesn't like it. He's like, can you hurry up, please, and just spit a verse? I'm like, listen, I need a
beater.
Yeah, I don't like writing stuff ahead of time unless it's something that's just on my mind. Yeah, and I'm like, let me get this thought out, or let me get this bar down because I'm gonna forget that if I don't write it down. But yeah, man, I'm more so I vibe straight off the beat. You know what I mean? Or I even also found out that I like to co-produce as well. I feel like sometimes we, a producer just give you a beat and it's I just go off it, but it's yo, you can make some really dope shit when you're like, nah, man, put some strings in it, put this, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I found that to help me, you know what I'm saying? So that's dope, man. Awesome. So what are you guys into performing? Have you performed lately? Are you looking to perform in the future?
Yeah. I'm always looking to perform.
Okay.
I just did a show. It's like an underground spot over in Wilkinsburg. It was phenomenal. I had a really good time.
Yeah.
It's a dope show.
Yeah, and I got one coming up.
Okay.
On the 10th.
Okay, where's that at?
Oakland.
Oakland.
It's I literally just got the notification.
Yeah,
like
I have no clue.
I was in so much awe,
Right.
you know, because it's a big opportunity for me. Yeah.
That's dope, man. Well, I hope once you get the information, definitely share it with me. I'll get it out to the people, so we can get people out there to support you. I'd love to come if I have time. So, with the performance question, has there ever been a time where you had to think outside the box when performing?
Yes, a lot.
Okay, dive in.
Okay, so a lot of my pieces are very dynamic in how I portray the words, like how I move my body. It's choreographed, kind of, you know, and it brings a lot more feeling. People understand more from what I'm not saying.
Right.
Like I'm not like talking about just like rap poses or something.
Right.
Like if it's a really emotional piece, like sometimes I'll get like really low, so I can convey that I am feeling lower than, you know. And like I'll look up over everyone's heads. And on the other end of the spectrum, sometimes I get like technical difficulties, and like I like to make the audience part of it. Like I talk about it with them, you know, make jokes about it.
Right.
Because it's like it's the whole experience. It's not me bringing music to them.
Right.
You know, it's like you're with the audience.
Right.
So like, why would you leave them in the dark about something that you're trying to do for them?
No, I feel you, and I think. Sorry to cut you off. I think too, like a lot of times, there's a difference between being like, shit, I messed up, or shit's not going right, but it's like acknowledging it in a way where it's like, it's cool. We're gonna get through this together.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's me and you. We here. We vibing. You know what I'm saying? So
we're here at the same time.
Yeah.
At the same place.
Yeah. I fucks with that. It's crazy. I just performed. We had our Apex Fest, and I performed last night. And my last song is like my best song. I just dropped a video for it. And it's like my favorite song. And the host, he kept saying, Mario quit in the background while I'm trying to rap my verse. I'm like, all right, start it over. I'm like, no, start it over. No, start it over. So I started it over 3 times. But I wasn't like, my energy didn't change. My confidence didn't change. It was like, nah, I need quiet. You know what I mean? And so just taking that time to like demand that like attention, but being okay with like, okay, I just fumbled on my words because dude was saying my name all weird in the background. You know what I mean? So I feel that like that's in my mind. That's a better way to go about things not really working out the way you have it planned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just kind of going with the flow.
That's kind of like how all of life works, and so like it's a very critical part of like problem solving.
Right. That's dope, man. So what about you, Sick? Have you performed yet?
Nah. No, I don't even have any like music release yet or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, I do like visual art and stuff too. My art's been in a couple like local shows in like my old high school and stuff. I actually got an award for one of my pieces. Yeah, and that was in my portfolio.
Oh wow. So you paint?
Yeah, I paint. I draw. Like I do. Like if it goes on paper, even if it goes on a computer, sometimes like
digital, all that.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So, cool. Kudos. Close enough. So tell me about a time that you had to overcome significant limitations in the way of your goal, and how did you deal with it, or how did you overcome it? Yeah, I went there.
Yeah, I love that.
Sheesh.
These are the questions I want people to ask me so I can tell them. One time I was kicked out of my high school. And I was like arrested. I didn't like do anything to anybody or anything. And they didn't like have a warrant or anything. Like I was so confused. I was in the dark the whole time. I had no idea what was going on until the end. And then I was placed on house arrest for about 2 months. Now, that whole time, like I had lost all my friends. I lost all my motivation to do anything, you know. Just sitting in the house all day. I feel like I had lost all my momentum for like, you know, like life, you know. Right. And so a similar thing happened for the pandemic. You know, like I had a lot of plans, and then it kind of like, you know, fell through all at once, and I wasn't able to do anything. I wasn't able to create properly. And so I've learned to take my time picking myself up. You know, if I have the time, I'm going to take the time.
Right. Now, did you use, so for me, like, and I'm sorry I keep telling you stuff, but I can only speak for myself. At first, it was like, what the hell is this shit? This sucks, you know? But did you at any point just use that time to like reflect? You know what I mean? Because I think after a while, once I kind of got used to the idea of like not going anywhere for a little bit, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in, you know, with myself, with my family, things like that. Like I'm like, shit, time, that's a thing. You know what I mean? You know, and I think too sometimes it's those things can be blessings in disguises. You know what I mean? You know, I don't know what you got in trouble for or anything like that, but you know, even something like that, like, you know, it can allow you to kind of, you know, gain some introspection and stuff like that. So, yeah, I got a question from your bro. He says, do you two plan on releasing any music together? If so, when?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a project together, and as well as they're not on camera, but my fiance Cody as well. We have a project we're called Bastard from Venus.
I like that.
Yeah.
You told me the name, and I was like, "Oh, that's tough. I need to be a part of that."
Right. It's we allow ourselves to become like a unit because of our differences, you know, and like style, aesthetic, you know, like what we want to do. It's like it has a very interesting sound. It's very Brockhampton-ish, like a lot of fluid mixing between styles. You know,
that sounds hard. I definitely want to hear that. And so your music that you have out now, that's out on everything?
Yeah.
You have okay. And then you just type in Ether and we'll find you, or
there's a lot of people named Ether, but I'm not changing my name for nobody else. But see, I just gotta be the best one.
Yeah. What that mean?
And you can look up The Afrofuture is Coming, the short ballad, and that's like my most recent full project. You know?
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to add you. I do. I have a Level Up playlist on Spotify. There's just all local music that like I really like, and so I'm trying to be more involved in here in the scene in terms of being a listener as opposed to someone who you know, promotes parties and shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want to do more. I want to be more of a consumer. All right, I will look that up. Cool. So, all right, let's ask a fun question. I think we had enough seriousness thus far. Okay, I'll do the superhero one. Nah, I'll do two. What TV character do you most identify with and why?
I love this show on Sci-Fi called The Magicians.
Oh, I love that show. What they be doing to touch?
Yeah,
That show's
and
hard.
I definitely resonate with Quentin Coldwater.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. Quentin's my guy.
I love Quentin.
Yeah.
He always accepts the fact that he is afraid. You know, and that there are things in his way, but he doesn't let like fear stop him from doing what he's doing.
Right.
You know, he just accepts it and he keeps moving, and no one ever like gave him credit for that.
That's dope. I love that show. That's my shit. What about you?
Luffy all the way. King of the Pirates.
Oh, okay.
On everything.
Pirates.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Bro just punches people he doesn't like.
Right.
Like, it'd be like that.
That's funny. All right, here's the next one. Okay. If you could be any animal in the animal kingdom, which would you be and why?
Any animal in like the animal kingdom.
Any animal, like sea creatures, ones in the air, those birds, insects, even. I don't give a damn.
I mean, I know this is like a really, like a real crazy answer. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just funny. But I always thought dragons were really cool.
Okay. I fucks with dragons.
That's crazy.
Right?
I was literally about to say dragons.
Hey, let's just say they ain't real.
Dragons are
There's
real.
way too many
How do you
ancient drawings
hallucinate
for these
words?
things for them not to be fucking real.
You're not having mass hallucinations of giant flying lizards
At different
Sorry.
points, at
different points in time. Word,
I mean, if we had dinosaurs, I could believe dragons.
word. Like
it's easy. It's easy
China
to
has dragons. The Vikings had dragons. Everybody got dragons.
Dragons, bro. That's hard. So y'all both say dragons.
Dragons on
That's what's
everything. Yeah,
That's hard. You guys are twin dragons now.
that's tough. That's tough though.
All right, so let's go with some. Let's play a quick game. Let's do. Let's do this or that. I'll start with one that I've been debating with people for a long time. This or that, iPhone or Android?
Android.
Android game. It's not even.
No, yeah.
iPhone is literally just for the hype. Like
Yes.
that's the only reason you own an iPhone.
Right. It's like the camera gets better, right?
They make you buy more.
Android
Keep your
cameras.
camera.
Have you seen the new Android cameras?
Yes. I have a. Well, it's not new anymore, but I have a Galaxy S20 plus 5G, and that camera's nasty.
I got the Note Super Ultra.
Mm-hmm.
8K camera, beautiful.
Wow.
Like
8K?
8K, yeah. I didn't even know they.
I didn't even know they made that many Ks.
Right? I didn't know there was that many Ks.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yo, I did not. He said, oh yeah, I know. Dope. I love it. Thank you guys. All right, ready? Cartoon or live action?
Oh,
I know that's a hard one because it's like shit. There's so many good animes
Yeah.
and cartoons out there, but the MCU is hard as fuck.
MCU is hard.
dang.
Honestly, I would have to say cartoons because the Flash kind of hold me.
Okay.
Because like, have you seen? Do you watch the Flash?
Like the live action one?
Yeah.
I've seen it a while back when we used to have the CW app and all that shit, but I'm not. My wife is up on that.
Yeah.
I'm not really a DC kind of guy. Flash is DC, right?
Yeah, Flash is DC. The show used to be good. Seasons 1 through 3, a lot like that's the general consensus. Season 1 through 3 was really good, but like honestly, whenever it's not a speech villain, it's trash. But like I was talking about like how I would like I was talking to my girlfriend like mid me watching season 7. I was like, "Why, man? The fact that this season doesn't have a speech villain sucks." And then they had a speedster villain, and it was trash. And I was like, yeah, this shows.
Yeah, it's
Isn't the concept of the Flash crazy already? Like, who's this fast white dude?
Yeah, that's and two. A lot of that shit is not fit. It goes against physics. I don't know if you saw what was that show. Is it called The Boys or something like that?
Yeah.
They had the fast black dude.
Yeah.
And he ran past the freaking lady.
And she just blew up.
Bro,
yeah.
In reality,
yeah.
if he was trying to save you and he yoked you as that fast, yo, it's coming off.
Your neck is breaking. Like, some of your clothes are going missing. Like,
yeah. So
unless bro grabs you, like, scoops you up and holds you like this,
he would have to.
He just be grabbing people like this.
Fast as hell. I'm like, how are you not?
How's holding my neck gonna help?
Word. Like, I will die. You're turning me into a parachute.
All right, cool. All right, one more. Okay, this is a good one. I'm gonna do this one. $1 million at once, or $1 million over time.
It really depends on the rate.
Yeah. Depends
How
on
much
the
you
rate.
get a month?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how long does $1 million. I don't know the math.
Like, if I got like $10,000 a month, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10K a month. Yeah.
What is that? 120 a year. So that's you're looking at
It's around.
about like 2, 4, 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah,
Right. That's cool.
Yeah. 10K.
I'm
I could do 10K a
comfortable.
month. Yeah, because the thing is, with like, if you get $1 million all at
You
once,
don't blow it.
you're gonna feel overwhelmed. You're gonna be like, I need to spend this money on
I'm
something.
personally not mature enough.
Word.
I know.
Like 10K
I mean,
every month. Like,
I think I would invest in the business for sure.
Mm.
That would be like for me the smartest thing, and then I would find somebody who like is really good with like Bitcoin and just investing in general, and be like, teach me,
word.
like
Teach
really
me the
get me
ways.
right. Here's
Word.
$100,000, get me right. You know what I'm saying? And then the rest, I'll put it away. All I need is like 100 in the bank. I'm cool. I'm chilling. But I do think after a while, like, damn, I just want to ball out. All right, cool. So back to some seriousness. Talk a little bit about, everyone has mentors. Everyone has things that inspires them to keep going. For me, it's like my family. It's the people, my staff, their hard work, believing in my dreams and stuff like that. Who or what would you say is an inspiration to you guys?
When I was younger, all of my friends were like adults,
Right.
like, because I could ask them things and they would give me actual answers,
Right.
And so, like, the people I surround myself with in general, sometimes I would think, if nothing else, you should do it for who you love, It's if not for yourself, then it's like, I remember this quote from when I was a kid. It reads, "Make me as dust in the pathway of thy loved ones." So it's allowing yourself to offer yourself for the sake of those who you love, because like most people would choose the people they love for themselves.
Right, of course.
So, like there's a lot of people. There's K, Dr. Strange K.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big mentor for me.
Shout out to K.
When I was younger, Paradise Gray.
Shout out Dice.
Achilles Soon.
Shout out to Kill.
Mm-hmm. I was surrounded by a lot of people who wanted the best for me creatively and like fiscally, and I feel very lucky to be backed by those people.
Yeah, that's dope. That's an excellent list. Paradise came over. We had a dinner party at our house, and my wife didn't tell me Paradise Gray was coming. And I go to answer the door, and I'm like, "Oh snap, son! Yo, you at my house?" He's like, "What's up, brother?" I'm like, "Oh my god!" Then I was trying to act all proper. But anyway, what about you, Sick? Who inspires you?
I've only had one real mentor in my life, and I haven't like seen her since elementary school.
Okay.
It was this one teacher. She was my art teacher. She was more specifically, she was my abstract art teacher,
Okay.
and like she's the only reason I really got into the arts, you know, because like I like whenever I first started out, like nobody's really good whenever they first start out, unless you're like some sort of prodigy.
Right.
But like I was like pushing out kind of garbage, but like I liked doing it because like I like drawing, and like I would get like discouraged a lot by my classmates and a few of my teachers, but like Miss Bouger, that's her name. She was always like, "Yo, that looks dope. Like, keep doing what you're doing." Yeah, like that's a dope name for an abstract art teacher, right? Right? And
bougie, but French.
Yeah, even more French. Like
she taught me to like just keep going no matter what people say, because like there will always be somebody that appreciates it, and if it's not somebody external, it'll be you.
Yeah, I mean, art is subjective, man. There's people out here who can just put a stroke on a canvas and sell it for $20,000.
Word. Yeah,
that's art.
a painting with just like a black stripe through it and it sold for like $2 billion.
Word. Yeah,
that's crazy, man. All right, so I don't know who this is, but they go by You're Trippin'. It's unfiltered raunchy content about self-improvement and random shit. Okay, their question is Ether and Six signed with Seven City?
Yeah. Ether, myself.
Yes.
I'm not really like a brand. I'm just myself. But I, as well as Bastards from Venus, they have allied themselves with Seven City. Yes.
Dope. Yeah, Seven City. That's dope. You're Jaded, when he was on here, kind of explained that, and I'm like, that's deep. Y'all some deep brothers. But cool. Let me get back to my question. So, what's to come? And when you think about the next 5 years for you, where do you hope to be, and where do you see yourself?
I see myself telling a lot more people a lot more than what I already do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't have to be rich, necessarily. I don't have to be a master yet,
Right.
But I definitely want a lot more.
Right.
Hearing what I have to say, seeing what I have to do, expressing how it affects them, things like that. I want to. I just have so much that I want to say,
Right.
and I feel like a lot of people need to hear it. Not that what I'm saying is more important than what anyone else is saying.
Right.
But it's important to me.
Right.
And so if it's
something you want to share, yeah.
Right. If it's like if you being heard is important to you, then it's important to me too.
Right.
And so I would expect the same thing.
I love that. A couple slow snaps. Man, you can bring tears to my eyes. Woo. All right. Sick. What you got?
Hopefully I'm not sick.
Well, no, you're fine.
Hopefully I am sick.
You are ill, blessed, and highly favored, bro.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm sick, not ill. My main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. But actually,
hey, at least you kept it a big.
Actually, I wanna enrich the world around me. I want to show people that like despite like what you think you can do and like what people tell you your limits are, like really like as the human experience, like it's limitless. Like you can do whatever you want. Like you might see yourself doing something very specific, but like that's not always the only like option. You know what I mean? Like people like are very like single track minded a lot. You know what I mean? Like I need to do this to get to this, to get to this, to get to this. But there's multiple paths to get to where you want to where you will and eventually be. Because like
your timeline is already mapped out, man.
Yeah, like you don't like you'll get to where you need to be.
Right.
If that's not what you necessarily want, it's what you necessarily needed, probably.
Right. And I think the cool thing about that too is like a lot of times, like when you have this like idea of like, oh, this is what I'm going to be doing, you end up 90% of people end up surprising themselves that it's not that. They end up affecting people, impacting people that they never thought they would. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I went to school for media arts and animation. I wanted to work for Disney. I just knew how to Harlem Shake.
Mhm.
That was it. I could do the Harlem Shake and the heel toe. And then a couple years later, I'm like full-fledged dancing. And then I'm in studio. You know what I mean? Working with kids, doing the teaching artist stuff. I never thought that would be the path. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think what the difference is like staying open-minded. Like when things present themselves, just being like, you know what, trying new things.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we fail to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations because we're unsure that we'll be we'll feel protected. We'll be what I mean. We're not feeling too vulnerable, but I think if when you try shit, dope shit happens, man.
Yeah, like nobody ever got anywhere without trying to do it first. Like, don't limit yourself to what you're comfortable with and like what you're used to.
Right.
Like, because it's you're gonna stay stuck in a loop eventually.
Absolutely.
The entire world is mental, really. Like, it's just consciousness. It's just how we think and perceive and understand things.
Yeah.
It's because everything that we think the world is only half true. So if we think we can't, like, you can. Like, you can.
Like, fuck yeah. No, that's real, man. Like, and I always say this literally every episode. It's like, we have to maintain a level of gratitude at all times. I think that is the way that you manifest things the quickest and the most efficient. Is just being grateful for the things you have already. And also understanding that you are, whatever you want to call it, universe, God, source, whatever, you're a part of that. And it's within you and without you. And so you need to demand the things you want for your life with confidence and not beg for things. And just be like, that's why I always say I'm healed, blessed, and highly favored. I always say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm wealthy, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. But I'm not like, oh, damn, I'm so broke. I wish I wasn't broke. Let me pray. Dear God, help me not be broke. It's like, that doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? And in terms of everything being mental, right? I think I told last week with my one guest, Jeremiah, we were talking about, or was that, it was 2 weeks ago, my boy Sabali, we were talking about mentalism, which is one of the seven hermetic principles.
Yep.
And so, like, yeah, dude, it's like all is mind. You know what I mean? So the things you think, that part's hard.
Yeah.
Because we be thinking when you that voice you hear in your head, that should be going off.
Yeah, it just goes
be
wild
going off.
sometimes.
I'm like, shut up, bro. I'm like, shut up, stop. So it's really hard. Like, you got to be mindful of that shit and like immediately change your thought to something negative. But at the same time, too, I'll play devil's advocate. I think it's okay to feel your feelings and think your thoughts too.
Yeah.
But just be careful.
Yeah, don't let them control your life entirely.
Yeah. All right, let's not get so deep. A couple slow snaps. All right. Before we get off, again, folks, if you're just now tuned in, this is episode 104. Got my boy Ether and Sick in the building. You know what I'm saying? They joined us tonight. But before we get off, man, just wanted to, ask, we obviously hope to inspire young people, young artists, and adults as well, and just, show people that, like, there are people out here doing the things that they love and getting success from it, whether that success is monetary and or just through the fulfillment of doing it and processing things of that nature. But we hope to inspire young people to really do the things that they want to do. And so with that, if there was somebody watching or listening to this podcast, who wanted to start a career in art or music or anything like that, but they just were unsure, they just kind of stuck, what advice would you give to that young person?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
you did.
Like, I don't know what else to, like, tell you. The only thing limiting you is yourself. Like, you have the entire world and all the information on the planet, in your hand. you can learn. You know, as long as you commit yourself, then there's no reason not to do it.
Right.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, what was the question?
I'm sorry, I was lost.
I mean, it happens when he starts talking, and you just like,
yo,
like, bro, you should do like, you should be a speaker. For real. You should try that out. Like, or like, even
welcome
if
to
it's
my
just
TED
like
Talk.
sharing shit on Facebook, or not Facebook, IG Live.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do that. Like, in my car in the U-Prep parking lot, be like my like advice of the day, even though it was really for me. Like, it was me thinking about shit that I was going through and how I'm processing it, and then I would just talk about it. And people were like, "Yo, I really fucking appreciate that." Like, and I just kind of stopped because it just wasn't my thing anymore. It didn't feel as authentic as it did at the time. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm not gonna force this if it's not coming natural. But something to think about.
Communication is it's like communication is the easiest, like the most recognizable key to mental transmutation. So if you can get people to understand what you're trying to convey as much as you can in the way, you know, even in a way that they wouldn't understand, they'll understand like what you're saying, but not necessarily the words. Like they don't have to understand the words to understand what you're saying.
Right.
You know?
Right. No, that's deep. No, that's real. Oh yeah, man. Love this guy. Anywho, so the question was, he said, "What was the question? If there's a young person watching or listening who wants to start a career in the arts or music, what advice would you give them if they were just starting?"
Just keep doing what you want to do. You know, like there are always gonna be people who want to give you their opinion. Just because like that's what people do. They like giving their opinions on things. But like the only opinion that really matters at the end of the day towards what your goals are is yours.
Right.
Like the only person who can map out your future is you. So just like if you have some people who are talking trash on you and like they were kind of bothering you, just like tune them out. Honestly, if they keep doing it, they're probably obsessed with you.
Right.
Like they're probably a secret fan because there's no reason for people to keep talking about something if they're being ignored, you know?
Right.
So just like keep
talking
doing
about you get you
paid. Yeah. keep doing what you're doing. Never like just don't give up on it unless like that's something you consciously want to do.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Don't let anybody convince you to give up.
Right. Love it, man. I love it. And there's a lot. It's so funny. There's a lot of like experts out there, or people who think they're experts at whatever it is that you're doing, and they want to tell you how to do it right and wrong. But it's like, always listen to your gut. I would say, like, and yeah, like you said, do what you're doing. You know what I mean? Don't. It's cool to take people's advice and opinions, you know, but like at the end of the day, it's what you believe and what you want to do that matters the most. You know? So,
Exactly.
yeah, man. So, all right, cool. Well, family, we are almost out of here. Before we get out, two things. Did you want to rap?
Yeah, sure.
You want to spit something? Did you? He said his face. He said, "Oh shit." He said, "Rap." You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you want to lay down a quick 8, quick 16, and then after that, if you can let the people know where they can find you on the interwebs, if they want to connect with you and stuff like that.
Yeah. I would say before, I would say you should go through Simple City to get to me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I'm from the land of the clouds where they only let the brightest stars shine and they act like there's nothing to synchronize. I'm like the way that I like to rhyme. I am not ahead of my years. I'm right on time. You put your eggs in one basket, you go fold like an omelet. Craft a fucking single, make some cheese in the process. I could show up at any venue, no context, because I pick up a pen and then boom, that's the concept. See, the difference from a mop and a can is that a mop leaks out and I could spray till my arms get tired. But the difference from a cop and a bullet is if a bullet kills me, then I know that motherfucker was fired. You sticking out like some hate in a needle stack. Niggas looking on a patch like they're reaching back. Yeah.
Oh. Fire.
Hey, yo. Yeah. You're on a different level, bro. Different level, family. Hope you heard that. You got something for me? If not, no pressure. You know?
I'm gonna wait for the.
Wait. Okay. Yeah, that's like you said. You were like, bro, I don't even have anything released.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I ain't gonna put you, but I wanted to give you guys the opportunity. But we'll start with you, Sick. If folks want to reach out to you, want to connect in any way, how can they find you on the internet?
I'm on Facebook, Yokai Dizzy. I'm on Instagram at Suicidal Sandwiches, all one word. Dope, right? I think that's it. I'm on Snapchat too, Jesus and Drag.
Okay. Ooh, okay. And then Seven City, you said.
Like, yeah, but like if you want like my Instagram,
what's
it's
the
like
IG? What's the IG?
Ether is above. That's it with the dots in between. Okay. Same thing with my Twitter. Ether is above, but with underscores because you can't put dots on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, you can find me there.
Cool.
That's about it.
Sweet. Well, family, you can find your boy Mario Quinn at The Mind of Quinn on all social media platforms. Of course, please follow Level Up Studios at Level Up PGH on all those platforms as well. And of course, check out our website, leveluppgh.com. We are still raising money until the end of the month for our new space. So if you want to learn more about that, just go to our website. Again, that's leveluppgh.com/ApexPGH to learn about what we're doing to better the community here in Pittsburgh through creative arts and through movement. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. You guys are both very eclectic young people. So
there are black people in the future.
Yes,
there are black people in the future. You don't need to know that.
Say it. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us, family. Thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Mario Quinn, episode 104 of the Level Up Podcast. Ether, Sick, Mario Quinn, we up.
Deuces. Eat your veggies.
Eat your veggies.